Welcome back to Continuous Improvement, the podcast where we explore strategies, tools, and techniques to help you enhance and optimize your professional journey. I'm your host, Victor, and in today's episode, we will be diving into AWS Control Tower. Before we get started, I'd like to take a moment to congratulate myself on obtaining a new certification, AWS Certified DevOps Engineer, Professional from Amazon Web Services. It was quite the rigorous journey, but it's always important to strive for continuous improvement, don't you think? Now, let's talk about AWS Control Tower. Over the weekend, I had the opportunity to explore this remarkable service while taking my certification exam. AWS Control Tower is designed to assist you in setting up and managing a secure, multi-account AWS environment. It provides you with a compliant landing zone based on AWS best practices, along with guardrails to prevent deviations from those practices. Control Tower relies on AWS Organizations, a central management platform for your AWS accounts and resources. However, it goes beyond organizations by offering a range of additional features, such as a customizable landing zone template, guardrails for best practice enforcement, a centralized console for management, and seamless integration with other AWS services like Security Hub and Systems Manager. Now, why should you consider using AWS Control Tower? Well, let me highlight some of the benefits for you. First and foremost, Control Tower enhances your security posture by enforcing AWS best practices. It can prevent you from creating IAM users with excessive permissions or launching EC2 instances in an unsecured manner. Next, it significantly reduces the risk of compliance violations. Control Tower provides a landing zone that is compliant with AWS best practices, ensuring that you meet your compliance requirements. For example, the Control Tower landing zone includes essential security features for compliance with standards like PCI DSS. Furthermore, Control Tower simplifies the management of your multi-account AWS environment through its centralized console. This console streamlines your management tasks and mitigates the risk of errors. And let's not forget about costs. Control Tower helps you reduce unnecessary provisioning of resources, resulting in cost savings. It keeps you from creating oversized EC2 instances or launching unused instances. Now that we've covered the benefits, let's explore some common use cases for AWS Control Tower. While it is suitable for organizations of all sizes, it particularly shines in complex AWS environments for larger organizations. Here are a few use cases to consider. 1. Setting up a new AWS environment. Control Tower enables you to establish an AWS environment that is compliant with best practices right from the start, safeguarding your organization from security risks and compliance issues. 2. Managing a multi-account AWS environment. With Control Tower, you can seamlessly oversee multiple AWS accounts, simplifying your management processes and avoiding potential errors. 3. Improving security posture. Control Tower acts as your guardian, enforcing AWS best practices, and protecting your AWS environment from security threats. 4. Reducing the risk of compliance violations. By providing a compliance-oriented landing zone, Control Tower ensures that you meet your industry-specific obligations and guidelines. To get started with AWS Control Tower, you'll need to create an AWS account and sign into the AWS console. Once you're signed in, head over to the AWS Control Tower console where you can begin the process of setting up your landing zone. Creating a landing zone is relatively simple. Choose the region for your landing zone and select a landing zone template. Control Tower offers a variety of templates tailored to specific industries and compliance requirements. Once you've made your selection, Control Tower will create the landing zone and deploy the necessary resources for you. Keep in mind that this process may take some time. Just a friendly reminder to be mindful of any associated costs if you're only practicing. Once your landing zone is ready, you can start utilizing it to provision and manage your AWS resources. The AWS Control Tower console will be your go-to place for managing your landing zone and guardrails, while other AWS services will assist you in provisioning and managing your resources effectively. To wrap things up, AWS Control Tower is a game changer when it comes to establishing and managing a secure, multi-account AWS environment. Its benefits span from enhancing security posture and reducing compliance risks to simplifying management and cost optimization. Remember, continuous improvement is key. By exploring and utilizing tools like AWS Control Tower, you're paving the way for professional growth and success. That's all for today's episode of Continuous Improvement. I hope you found this exploration of AWS Control Tower enlightening and informative. Stay tuned for our next episode where we'll discuss another topic that can help you on your journey of continuous improvement. Until then, I'm Victor, signing off.